Welcome back. You're watching the Breaking News Show right here on the channel. Now we're going to bring you some breaking news. This is a big update on a breaking news we brought you a little while earlier. The Supreme Court, remember, had overruled the decision to grant remission to 11 convicts in the Bilkis Bano case. Now the Supreme Court is saying that the 11 convicts shall surrender back to prison within 2 weeks. So a big update coming in. We're going to bring you first an interview with the advocate Vrinda Grover. Then we'll speak to a reporter for more context. Take a look.
And reason for setting aside quashing the remission orders and directing the convicts to return to prison within a fortnight. The court has said, and it's a scathing indictment of the state of Gujarat. The court has said that the law is clear. The appropriate government is the government where the accused are tried and sentenced, which, as we know, in the case of Bilkis Bano, which is a case emerging from the violence that took place in 2002 in Gujarat. And in this particular trial, there were about 14 counts of murder, including little babies and infants, and gang rapes of women, including a pregnant woman. And in this case, the trial was transferred by the Honorable Supreme Court to a special court in Maharashtra, where they were convicted, and that conviction has been upheld by all superior courts. Therefore, the appropriate government, as has been decided by this court and which is plain in the meaning of the Code of Criminal Procedure, Section 432, was the state of Maharashtra. The court said that the order that was obtained in 2022 May from this court saying that the state of Gujarat will decide is an order which was obtained by playing fraud upon this court. All facts were not placed before the court. If such an order is obtained, that order has no meaning in the eyes of law. It is a nullity in the eyes of law. And there are many judgments of the court which have been cited. Therefore, the court has said that given all this, the manner in which the remission orders were passed by the state of Gujarat, which had no power to do so, and the state of Gujarat should have actually gone in review and said, this order is wrong, it's contrary to the law, it's contrary to the judgments of the court. But they acted in a manner by granting, and they said a few things about, I'm yet to read the judgment, it has yet to be made available. They also said that the arbitrariness with which the discretion was exercised and the usurpation of power by the state of Gujarat, for all these and more reasons, rule of law must prevail. The court will uphold the rule of law, and therefore all the convicts have been directed to go back to prison within a fortnight.
Ma'am, which were the facts suppressed according to the Supreme Court?
Well, the fact that they came here saying state of Gujarat has told us we are not to, they can't do it. There was a petition first filed in the state of Gujarat. The High Court of Gujarat said state of Maharashtra is the appropriate government. One application is filed there. Suppressing all that, they come to this court and say, well, we have been asked now to go to state of Maharashtra, which is the policy. So very interestingly, the policy also changes with each appropriate government between Gujarat and Maharashtra. And through all those facts, an order was obtained. And what the court is making clear, this is not just about the convicts. There is a state which is acting here, whether it is a state of Gujarat or any other state. What is the duty the state owes to people and to the court? If there is something that the court has passed where certain facts are not brought to its knowledge or certain facts are just suppressed, then is it not the duty of the state to bring that to the attention of the court? And therefore I say it is also a scathing indictment of the manner in which the state of Gujarat has conducted itself in this particular instance.
इस पूरे फैसले पर आपकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया क्या है?
देखिए, ये बहुत ही
Okay, let's go over now to our colleague Ananya, who's with us right now to bring us much more context on these developments. Ananya, the big development we were telling our audiences, though we've been tracking this story over the last hour itself, is that the convicts are going to be going back into jail. So finally a full circle of sorts to that entire story. Reprieve for Bilkis Bano herself, some emotional consolation. But can you tell our audiences more about the takeaways from what it is that the Supreme Court has said We heard part of it from you earlier. We've not spoken to you over the last 30 minutes. What are the developments since?
Well, definitely, the Supreme Court has actually come down very heavily on the Gujarat government, very categorically saying that it was not the appropriate government to actually decide on the remission policy when it comes to these 11 convicts. It was the state of Maharashtra which had the appropriate jurisdiction to actually hear these remission policy. Not only this, it also came down and categorically, went down on the conduct of these convicts in approaching the Supreme Court in May 2022, very clearly saying that, they had suppressed various facts from the Supreme Court when they had obtained that favorable order from, in fact, the topmost court of the country in May 2022 that the Gujarat's 1992 policy would apply. Not only this, the Supreme Court also held that the rule of law has to be upheld in all cases and justice has to be delivered, and that's exactly what the work of the Supreme Court is, to correct the arbitrary orders, and that's exactly what the Supreme Court has done today. Not only this, a clear direction has now been given out to these convicts to actually go back to jail and surrender before the jail within 2 weeks from now. Another important aspect that the Supreme Court very, very categorically stated is that if at all these convicts want to have a remission, they have to apply before the state of Maharashtra. The Maharashtra government is the appropriate authority. Not only that, they have to be inside the jail when they actually apply for remission, and because they cannot be either on parole or on, in fact, a bail when they actually apply.
Ananya.